Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am your host, the notorious H.I.M, coach of the Brooklyn Crabrawlers, and we are in the final week of the regular season of the Battle Hub Draft League. So, guys, thank you so much for rocking with me throughout this 9-week journey, our introduction to Draft League. Thank you guys so much for the likes, the shares, the comments, all the support in the channel. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys and what we were able to accomplish this season. This is the final week, and I actually needed to win last week's battle and this week's battle in order to even have a chance at playoffs. So as of this point of the battle, I don't have any shot of making it into playoffs. So me and my opponent this week are both pretty much knocked out of the tournament. So we decided, let's just make it a good battle. Let's just make it the best we could possibly make it. But I do want to go over this man's team. He has a scary team, and I wanted to just kind of share this. This man, Arcanine, I'm facing this week the West Texas Arcanines, and I'm facing Arcanine 52, and he has access to Roaring Moon, Iron Treads, Greninja, Crulid, or Certilage, Mimikyu, Lycanroc Dusk, Espeon, Electros, Staraptor, and Breloom. This man has some threats on his team, so really and truly, because we don't really have a shot, I'm just bringing the most threatening things that I possibly can. I'm rocking with Rampage to Gyarados, Swag Sire, physically defensive. I got heavy duty boots on Jiminy. I got Word to Mother. I got Godzilla, Choice Scarf, Adamant Nature. And I'm rocking this week Too Cool Luke, bro. I'm rocking a special Lucario this week. So as you guys can see, I have my work cut out for me. Even though both of our teams didn't really perform too well this this season, definitely some scary teams that we both drafted here. So I'm definitely gonna be having fun with this. But the last upload of the season for me is just gonna be a recap video, just kind of going over the season, going over what we were able to do, and just kind of my thoughts, my plans on what we want to do going forward, whether it be in season 2 of the Battle Hub Draft League or in a different draft league altogether. But I 100% want to do another draft. I think we definitely kind of underperformed this season based off of the mods we were able to draft it. Kind of made some really, shifty calls, some shifty plays. And I had a lot of reflecting to do these past couple days on the season and what we were able to accomplish and what we were able to do. So this one is definitely going to be a banger. So if you guys can definitely like, share, subscribe for your boy, I would greatly appreciate it. But let's get it, guys. Let's see what we're able to do with this. I'm not too sure what he wants to lead off with. I'm not too sure what he wants to start the battle off with, but I have a lot of different options, a lot of different mons that I could really come out with here to start the battle. And I think the best thing that I can really do is just put immediate pressure on his mons and see what he really wants to do. So I actually decide go out into Jiminy at first, and honestly, I could very easily just go for a big, first impression, but it doesn't really do that much damage to the Iron Tread, so there's really no point in me doing that. Like, that would be the stupidest play, bro. Like, that would be the dumb move, bro. Like, that would be a complete bust head if I just went ahead and just did a first impression, get like 30% damage, and this thing just knocks me out, with like a big powerful Earthquake or something. So I decide, you know what? I'm gonna actually switch out into Swag Sire. Swag Sire is fully physically defensive. If he wants to go ahead and get off his Stealth Rocks, he certainly can, but I will immediately threaten this thing out with a huge Earthquake, and nothing wants to deal with that. So he does go ahead and get off his Stealth Rocks, which is an amazing play from Arcanine here. So obviously that's gonna put immense pressure, and as you guys know, I don't have a Rapid Spinner. I have no way to get these rocks off the field, so whatever's going up, it's there to stay, bro. So there's not really much I can really do. I could get my Stealth Rocks off. True say that would be a pretty good play. I don't expect him to stay in here. Like, there's really no reason for him to do so. I could easily go for a big Earthquake here and do some immense damage to this thing. But he has some answers. He has the Electros, which is Levitate. So I really don't want to do that. I have no reason to really make that play. So my play 100% is to probably just either go for a Yawn or go for the Stealth Rocks. Either move, true say, would have been the best play in this situation. Going for an Earthquake probably wouldn't do the best, under these circumstances. So I got a lot of things to think about, but he does end up withdrawing the Iron Treads, which is great. This is gonna give me a clean opportunity just to kind of go for a yawn or something. Probably, get up my own stealth rocks, but I do go for the yawn. So that's actually gonna do a lot of pressure on this. I know Greninja does have the ability to go for the, the Grass Knot, but I'm predicting him to switch out. He does not want this thing to go to sleep because then it's just gonna be set up fodder for something else. So he actually ends up withdrawing, which is great. I get off my stealth rocks, which is amazing. He could have made the play into the Iron Treads and just go for a Rapid Spin or something, but I get my stealth rocks off, which is great. That's gonna actually help me kind of chip some things away and see where I can kind of pick up opportunities. I don't want to stay in with this, bro. Like, he could easily rock the Spore. He could rock pretty much anything he wants, and I'm expecting him to actually go for a Spore. So I decide, you know what? Let's go out into Gyarados. If he Spores, I'll be able to actually get the Lumberry to pop, go for a big Dragon Dance, or threaten him out with a big Ice Fang. Like, this thing doesn't want to take, any moves from Gyarados here. So I actually switch out Swag Sire here and go out into Rampage the Gyarados. The big red Gyarados, he's out here and he's trying to have himself a good time here. So I have an option here. I could very easily just go for a big move right here. He goes for a big C-Bomb. That does immense damage. Oh my god, bro. That's telling me that this thing has to be banded, bro. Like, there's really no reason for it to not be banded. So I decide, you know what? I'm gonna actually go for the T-Wave here. If I can start getting this thing slower, probably get some Para Hacks, I may be able to utilize this a little bit later on and go for some big damage with Rampage. But with 3 HP, there's really no reason for me to keep this thing around, bro. Like, this thing is probably banded as hell, bro. So out comes the Electros. Amazing play from Arcanine, bro. Like, he must have read the scouting report or something, because he must have known that I was gonna go for that T-Wave. He actually ends up just absorbing that because he's an electric type. So obviously I can't hit him with the Earthquake. He is Levitate. I could go for for a Waterfall here just to go for damage, and I think honestly that's probably gonna be my best play. There's really no reason for me to not go for a big Waterfall here and just get as much damage as I possibly can. Best play scenario is that I get a flinch and I'm able to kind of take him out again, but he does not get the flinch hacks. 30% does not work in my favor, so unfortunately Rampage does end up going down to the Electros here. That's very, very unfortunate, because as you guys are able to see, that damage was amazing, bro. Like, I would have been able to easily 2-hit KO this thing if I was able to live, but now I have a choice to make, right? Like, do I want to just switch out into something and just go for some pressure? I could very easily just go out into Jiminy, get off a big first impression. Nothing is gonna want to take that, like True Say. That's probably should have been my best play, just to kind of continue to put pressure on his team with Jiminy. And like True Say, that's probably the best move that I have, bro. Like I don't have any move that's gonna make more sense than the Jiminy play here. So that's exactly what I end up doing. I decide to go out into Jiminy here, and my play 100% is to click the first impression. I'm not sure if Arcanine is paying attention, but obviously I didn't take any Stealth Rocks damage, so I am rocking the heavy duty boots. I could easily just go for the first impression. It's still gonna do a lot of damage, not as much as the banded set. Like, if I was rocking Choice Band, this thing would chunk shit for like 50%. So my play 100% is to probably just go for the first impression, try to pick up kills, probably pick up some utility here. But I actually expect him to actually switch, so he actually ends up staying in. So I go for a big U-turn, and now I have a choice, right? Do I want to go out into Swag Sire, predicting him to go for the Drain Punch? He certainly can, but he probably will die to the Rocky Helmet damage. So he actually ends up going for the big Flamethrower here. So good play on my opponent. It doesn't do that much damage to me, so now I have an option to just kind of go for anything I want. But unfortunately, Earthquake is my only attacking move on this Quagsire, so I really have no reason to stay in here. I don't want to take any damage or anything else. I think my best play right now is to probably just go for Word to Mother and probably try to set off like some Quiver Dances. If I can get off some Quiver Dances on this thing, it's gonna be amazing. So let's see what we're able to do. I decide, you know what, let's go out into Word to Mother the Volcarona. Let's see if we could probably either get off a Quiver Dance or a Fiery Dance. Either or, it would take this thing out, and I may be able to even get the boost with it. So He actually ends up going for a big Drain Punch, but I'm hoping, praying that I get the Flame Body, and I do, which is amazing, bro. This is actually gonna limit this shit a lot. I'm really hoping this thing doesn't pack the T-Wave, but if it does, I'm just gonna go for the Quiver Dance, right? Like, I have to become a threat as quickly as I possibly can. There's really no reason for me to not just quick the Quiver Dance and start boosting up right in this man's face. I go for a big Quiver Dance, Word to Mother. You really don't want these problems, bro. Yo, Word to Mother is out here and she's trying to show himself a good time, have a good battle with this. So I go for a big Quiver Dance and he goes for a Volt Switch right in my face. It does pretty decent damage to me, not that big of a deal, but like True say, whatever is coming in is gonna have to deal with a Quiver Dance Volcarona, and this thing is scary, bro. Like, you really don't want those problems, bro. Like True say, you don't want this trouble, bro. You don't want this smoke with Volcarona, so you're gonna have to think very carefully about what you bring in here, because what you bring in may go down, so you really don't want that. I am packing the Quiver Dance, the Fiery Dance, and the Bug Buzz, so I'm not really sure what this thing wants to do. He brings in the Espeon. I do know that it is his Terra Captain, so that's actually great info to have, but I have to decide, what do I want to do? Do I just want to go for the Fiery Dance, probably try to get up a boost? What do I want to really do against this thing? Because this thing is probably going to Terra in my face, right? Like what is he going to Terra into? He could very easily just Terra into like a Grass type, or even you know, a Water type would probably be the best one. But he actually ends up firing in my face, bro. Oh my god, bro. So now I know that none of my moves are going to be able to do much damage to this shit, which is very unfortunate, because I would have loved for Volcarona to just be able to just knock shit out, bro. Even with a resisted hit, look how much damage this does, bro. And I do get the special attack increase here, so if I can live this, it'll be great. But unfortunately, I don't live the Psyshock, so that's actually unfortunate for me. Down goes two very powerful bonds that I was really hoping for, that they were gonna come in here and start clicking moves, getting some kills, getting some momentum going for me. But unfortunately, both Word to Mother and Rampage end up going down here, which is very unfortunate. Now I have to really think, bro, like, what can I do? What can I really bring in here that's gonna do much damage to this thing? I could very easily go for, you know, the Lucario play, but I think my best option is to bring in Godzilla. I am Choice Scarf, so I do believe that I would be able to outspeed this thing. I don't believe him to be Choice Scarf himself, so I think my best play 100% is to probably just go for the big Glaive Rush in his face. Like, nothing wants to come in and take a big Glaive Rush from Godzilla here. This is Adamant Nature, max attack, max speed. You're gonna have yourself a bad situation if you take this Glaive Rush. So I actually end up clicking the Earthquake, which was probably a mistake. If he ends up going out into the Electros, that's actually gonna be the worst play that I can actually make here. So I'm hoping that I'm able to kind of capitalize and take this thing out. That'll be the best case scenario for me, because I know that an Earthquake coming from Godzilla would absolutely be able to wreck this shit. So I'm not really sure what the Espeon could do. I mean, if he's faster, that would be amazing, bro. But he's locked into Psyshock, so I know that's not gonna do that much damage to me. I mean, I did calc it. So unless he's rocking, you know, maybe a Modest Nature or some shit, that's pretty much the only way that would do much damage to me, especially with the Stealth Rocks. I do have to be careful, because now I'm down 2 Mons. This is actually a very bad situation for me. There's really, you know, not a situation where I would be able to live that. So I go for a big Bulldoze and I do knock him out, but it does give him the intel that I am Choice Scarf, because I do believe that Espeon does naturally outspeed, you know, Baxcalibur here. So he could very easily come in with Electros. I don't think that he would live the Stealth Rocks unless he's like Rocky Helmet or some, Heavy Duty Boots or some shit. So what he decides to go out into here, right here, is going to be a very telling sign. So he ends up going into the Bremen. This is very scary, because I know that it is Choice Band, and he could very easily just go ahead and get some big damage off on Baxcalibur here, which I cannot afford, bro. I actually have to try to save this thing, because I am Choice Scarf, so I would be able to kind of get some damage off, but I don't want to risk either the Mach Punch or the I don't think this thing gets Bullet Punch or anything like that, but I don't want to risk the Mach Punch on this. Absolutely not. I cannot allow Baxcalibur just to go down for no reason, bro. Like the mons that I have left, I have to be very careful with what I have, bro. So it's gonna be a very interesting situation. It's gonna be a very much a uphill battle for me, because I have to start getting up some of these options out of the way. I'm not sure if I rock priority on the Godzilla. I think I do rock the Ice Shot, I think, on this, which I do believe would kill. So depending on what he goes for, I may be able just to come back in with Baxcalibur. Even if he was to kill the Swag Sire here, I may be able to come back in with Baxcalibur and become a threat to this thing. So let's see what he goes for. He actually goes for a big close combat and then knocks out Swag Sire. That actually shows that he is actually choice banded, bro. Like, there's no reason that the Swag Sire would have gone down to a non-choice banded Breloom here. So this thing is amazing, bro. This shit is insane, bro. So I actually have to be very, very careful with what I have, very careful with the options that I have left, because there's really no situation where I want this smoke. I don't want this trouble with this with this Breloom here. So I actually have to be very careful with what he has left. Like, true say, I could very easily just go into Jiminy here. True say, there's nothing preventing me from just going for a big first impression. I do believe that at this level of health, I still would be able to kill it. If I'm not mistaken, I really do believe that I would be able to kill it, but I know I have the Ice Shot, and I know based off of a calc that a choice specs, Ice Shot would be able to kill this. So depending on what he wants to go out into, I may be able to just pick up a kill here. So I decide, you know what? Let's go for the Icicle Crash. That's probably going to do the most amount of damage. If anything coming in, it probably doesn't want to take an Icicle Crash from this thing. So that's what I go for. I go for the big Icicle Crash, expecting him to want to switch out here. He doesn't want this smoke with this. He probably knows that I'm Choice Scarf based off of the engagement with the Espeon, and he doesn't want to risk this Breloom. This Breloom is definitely one of his better options here. So he has to save this thing. He does. He actually ends up withdrawing the Breloom. Good play on Arcanine here. Let's see what you go out into. So Greninja does come out here, and let's see how much damage I get off here with this. It is a resisted hit. I mean, not resisted, but it is a neutral hit. But look at the damage. I believe another one would absolutely kill. So I'm actually going to go for another one. There's really no reason for me not to click another one. I am Choice Scarf. I am expecting to be able to outspeed this thing. And with the damage from that Icicle Crash, I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to pick up the kill on Greninja here. So that's exactly what I do. I go for another Icicle Crash. If he wants to switch out, be my guest, bro. Whatever's coming in does not want to take, damage from this Godzilla here. This thing is insane, bro. This thing is powerful as fuck, bro. So you really don't want to deal with this shit 1v1. So out comes the Electros. I don't think that he would live the Stealth Rocks. He doesn't. So obviously he ends up going down. He's not heavy duty boost. So he does go down to the Stealth Rocks damage there, which is great. I had to get that Mon out of the way. So now it just gives me some more options to be able to just click either the Bulldoze, lower some speed on some shit, coming back in. I have a couple of different options that I could really utilize against this Mon. So I still am in a pretty good position. Out comes the Iron Tread. Honestly, he could probably just go for a Iron Head or some shit, and I really don't want to take that. So I have to really think carefully. What do I really want to do? Like, if he wants to go for an Iron Head, he probably could. If you want to go for an Earthquake, you probably could. But I'm actually okay with letting Too Cool Luke here go down to an Earthquake if he does go for it. So out comes Lucario, and right here is where I make a huge misplay, bro. True say, he does get the Rapid Spin off, which is pretty good for him, but I am rocking the priority. I am rocking the Vacuum Wave because I am fully special, life or damage. My play right here should have been to Terra. If I'm not mistaken, and I should have run the calc with this, but I believe that if I Terra fighting, I am the fighting, Terra on this, I should have Terra'd right here and went for the Vacuum Wave. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I really do believe that would have been enough to take this thing out. So I'm really actually real pissed at myself after this battle that I didn't click my Terra here. I actually make a real big mistake here and not clicking the Terra and actually just go for the Vacuum Wave. And you guys will see how much damage this actually does, bro. But like, honestly, I don't know why I made that misplay. I just go for the Vacuum Wave. I really should have Terra'd. And if you see, look at this, it really would have knocked him out, bro. Like, there's really no reason why it wouldn't have knocked him out had I just Terra'd there. So I do make a big misplay and ended up costing me my Lucario, bro. Like, you say, I really didn't want that to happen because if anything coming in, if I was able to take this out, anything coming in is going to be taking that damage from Lucario, either with the Vacuum Wave with priority, or I could have went for any other move. So now I'm down to 2 Mons, and this is a nightmare situation for the Brooklyn Crabrawlers, bro. Like, that misplay 100% is gonna cost me this battle, bro. So you guys will see how this plays out, bro. Like I'm actually looking at this shit. I'm like, yo, bro, what the hell, bro? Like, why did I make that misplay? Why didn't I Terra? Why didn't I just click that Terra and go for that vacuum wave, bro? But honestly, at this level of health, there's really no way that he's gonna be able to live a first impression, bro. Like I'm very confident that a first impression would be able to kill this thing. So that's exactly what I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna go for a big first impression in your face, and that's gonna absolutely knock you out. There's really no reason why a tinted lens, first impression will not kill this thing. So that's exactly my play, and that's what I'm gonna go for. I go for a big first impression and knock this thing out. Thank you so much, Jiminy, for putting that iron treads in the dirt. But now I have to make a decision, right? Like, obviously, he knows, just based off of me not taking any Stealth Rocks damage, that I am the heavy-duty boots, not the Choice Bandit set. So I have to really think, what is he gonna really come out with here? Because if I can keep, Jiminy around, he is absolutely an answer to the Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon does not take a first impression, not even Choice Bandit, bro. Like, Roaring Moon will not take that, bro. Like, there's no way that the Roaring Moon will take that. So I actually have to keep Jiminy around. I don't want to risk Jiminy just yet, bro. Like, I have to really think carefully about my next play, about my next move, because the next move could cost me the battle. So I have to really think creatively about a way out of this box, bro. Like, he has, I think, like 4 mons left down to my 2. There's really no real situation where I'm gonna be able to come out with this if I don't play right here. Luckily, he actually does end up going into the Greninja. True say, I could have very easily just went into Baxcalibur here, and honestly, that probably should have been my play, but I'm really not sure what this thing wants to go for. But again, this is definitely definitely one of my areas of opportunities here with just battle with Draft League in particular. Just kind of thinking more clearly about my moves, bro. Like, he definitely outspeeds. Why would I U-turn there? There's really no reason for me to do that, bro. He ends up going for a big Ice Beam, and it does knock Jiminy out. So unfortunately, I am down to my last mon, bro, and there's really no situation where Baxcalibur is going to be able to clutch this thing out for me. So I really should have just made the play into Baxcalibur, eat the Ice Beam, because it wouldn't have done that much, and then I would have been able to outspeed and go for like a Glaive Rush or an Ice Shard or some shit to kind of pressure his other mons coming in. But obviously, it is down to the wire, guys. This is there is no situation where Baxcalibur will be able to kind of come back. My best play is just to go for the Glaive Rush and knock out this Greninja. That's exactly what I do. I go for a big Glaive Rush, knock out this Greninja, and down goes Greninja. Thank you so much, Baxcalibur. Thank you guys so much for the team that we were able to draft. You guys, definitely, it was definitely my bad. It was my fault this entire season of why we kind of underperformed. And I'll kind of go over that in my next couple of videos, but this thing has to have priority, right? Like, I am Choice Scarf, so unless you have the priority, there's no real reason why you're going to be able to live a Glaive Rush. But he does go for the Mach Punch and knocks me out. And that concludes the battle, guys. That concludes the end of our season. Shout out to all the coaches this season. Shout out to all the guys who are in the in the Discord, kind of helping me out, kind of giving me some advice. I really do appreciate all you guys, and if you haven't done so already, please rate, comment, subscribe for your boy. I greatly appreciate it, and thank you guys so much for having me this season. Season 1 of the Battle Hub Draft League is done and over with. It's been your boy, the notorious H.I.M. I'm out. Peace!